Hi everyone, it's Mitch, and It's Saturday, November 10th, 2018. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It is college football Saturday. Got a pretty solid card of games here, not like the, ones that are going to decide, who's going to win the championship. But I'll tell you, there are some do or die games out there for some teams, and some real testers. Georgia, Auburn, Georgia can't really afford another slip. We got Ohio State, Michigan State. Ohio State can't afford a slip. West Virginia taking on TCU. Sneaky, but, West Virginia, not a team that can afford a slip. And, Washington State at Colorado, never an easy place to play. Nothing to be taken for granted. So solid card of games. Definitely, I see a lot of games I like today. So got a ton of premium picks. Of course, I got NBA as well, and I was looking at the NBA card, and I know Saturday is always our college football show. During college football season, I love college football. But man, I was looking at the NBA card today. How about this one, right? The Brooklyn Nets, who have been basically our team for the last couple of years, because they were bad, so they were always getting a lot of points, and they were a good cover team. So the Nets, of course, we had them in the premium area last night, against the Nuggets, who haven't covered a spread like that all season, 8.5, 9.5. I mean, the Nuggets haven't been close to covering those kind of numbers. They've been winning and covering the small numbers, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, some 5s. But the Nets have been covering. But now the Nets play on a back-to-back. They go to Golden State. Once again, getting a ton of points. Golden State, no Curry, no Draymond Green. So I always say with the Warriors, no Curry, no Draymond Green. So they still got an MVP, right? Kevin Durant, they still are loaded. They still have Klay Thompson. I mean, they're absolutely loaded. But still, it makes it a really interesting game. And I know today's college football day, but I just really think that NBA game is just, I'm personally lost on it. And, some people out there will say, yeah, you're lost on a lot of things. And, I know that, that's the case. I mean, I go over how many games do we go over every day, every week, every month, every year. So, we're not going to get them all right. That's for damn sure. But, we do the best that we can. And, but that NBA game, I just find it so intriguing. It's like, obviously, I don't have a premium play on it, and I can't even venture a guess, but it just seems like a really interesting game. Yeah, the Georgia Auburn game is my newsletter pick. I believe, is it the newsletter pick, or is it in another video? It might be the other video pick. It's either the other video pick or it's the newsletter pick. It's one of those. I've given out the Georgia Auburn game already. So that one, you don't have to worry about it. But, so if you get our newsletter, if you watch my other videos, you got my pick. Anyways, do free picks every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com. Doing the show a little bit earlier today. So it's the newsletter game. Georgia Auburn is the newsletter game from what I'm hearing here. So if you sign up for our free newsletter, that's the type of picks that you get. Those are picks I don't give out anywhere else. It's 100% free for our newsletter. Anyways, give everybody just another minute or so to get here. Of course, the time change happened last weekend, and the time change doesn't happen for me here in Hawaii. So I'm exploring different times to have the show. This is one of the exploratory times, just moving it up about a half hour. Which makes a big difference for me. The show used to be at 5 a.m. my time. It's now 5:30 a.m. my time right now. So I try and get on with my day. You guys know I live in Hawaii, big time difference. The reasons, and I've talked about this before, the reasons why I live in Hawaii are, number one, I love it, right? It's awesome. Who would want to live in Hawaii, right? Totally cool. But there are hassles, it's like, just to get anywhere is, 5-6 hour plane ride for starters. But, the thing about it is, though, the games here start at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, the Facebook group, you have to sign up for the alerts through the bot on our Facebook page. So I can't help you with that one. That's why I tell everyone to subscribe to the YouTube channel and to click the little bell for the notifications so you'll get notified when we go live. I say it every day. As a matter of fact, it just rolls right off the top of my head. But anyways, the other reasons I live in Hawaii are because, the games start here on Saturdays, half the year 6 o'clock in the morning. The other half of the year 7 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, NFL Sunday starts at 7 o'clock part of the year. Then, this time of year, it moves to 8 o'clock in the morning. So the games are over by 6, 7 at night. All the football games are done, which in basketball, baseball, all those things are done. It gives me a lot more time to work on the site, handicap games, do all that sort of stuff, because everything's over early. Back when I lived in Chicago, the games end at 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm up at, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just, there's not enough hours in the day to get things done. So basically it adds, I got a real asshole over here on YouTube. Anyways, maybe we'll just cancel the YouTube show. Make him show up in the Facebook group and then see what he has to say about that. No reason to punish everybody else. Anyways, let's get to some picks already. Of course, like I said, full card of college football. And I gave most of the picks that I liked as premium picks, I gave them out as premium picks. So leaves us a little bit lighter for the show than normal. Normally I weed through and I kick a couple picks out, but today, not so much. Ooh, that was weird. Okay. I like Duke here against North Carolina. North Carolina's been absolutely terrible, and you have to remember that in football, Duke has been basically the doormat for North Carolina for quite some time. So, now that Duke has a chance to have some payback, expect them to do it. You got to remember that, Duke is a really disciplined football team, and North Carolina has been a really sloppy football team this season. I like Duke. I'm going to lay the points here. Duke's rolling, and don't underestimate Jones at quarterback. He's the real deal. I like the way Duke is playing, and I don't like the way North Carolina is playing. I'm going to take Duke, and that'll be my first pick for today's show. Of course, we do at least 3 free picks every single day on our live show, our best bets, always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com, premium and premium plus. You can use the discount code. It is DOG15, DOG15. Get 15% off all of your purchases today at sportschatexperts.com. So the next game, I'm going to go to Alabama, where the Crimson Tide are taking on Mississippi State. I'm going to take Mississippi State in this thing and take the points. And I'll get to that question in a second. I like Mississippi State here. I think Alabama's in a letdown spot, even though they're at home. I don't love the way Mississippi State's been playing, but they generally play well against Alabama. They have a physical team, and that's how you got to take the Tide on, is meet them head on and take them physically, try and run it between the tackles. I thought that's where LSU didn't do enough last week. They tried these weird kind of screen passes and rolling out the quarterback, when against those power teams like that, you got to punch it up the gut. I mean, that is how you beat the good teams, is you run it up the middle. And I expect to see Mississippi State run it up the middle here on Alabama. I know it's going to be tough sledding there. Yeah, well, yeah. Thanks, Kevin or KM McGill, for that insight that nobody here knows. Right? They're 9 in Alabama's 9-0 first half against spread. No one cares. Okay, we're talking about today's game, and I like Mississippi State here. Of course, tomorrow is our NFL show, so we'll talk about NFL on Sundays. Today's college football. Anyways, I'm going to take Mississippi State plus the points. I'm telling you, I just think they played Alabama tough last year, 6-3 against the number this year. They play physical style. I think they're going to give Alabama a little bit of a shakeup and a little bit of a scare, and Alabama in a letdown spot as well. That'll be our second pick for today's show. Of course, our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus at Experts. You can use the discount code DOG15, that's DOG15, get 15% off all of your purchases today at sportschatexperts.com. But, of course, if you have questions about games, a great place to post those is in our Facebook group. And, of course, I take all of the games every Friday. It's all picks that come from from our viewers. I don't have any picks that I make myself. All the games that we go over come from the viewing audience. So if you have questions on games for me, the day to post those is on Friday. Free-for-all Fridays, we call it. Anyways, I think it's an interesting game here with you go to the website and there's about 6 boxes where you can sign up, where it says sign up for our free newsletter on the website, sportschatplace.com. Anyways, so here, Clocks asked, what do I think of live betting? You guys know we've done live betting talk on, I've gone on live and I've told people to do live betting. I think that it's a time to, I think there's a time and place for it. I think some people get a little bit too involved. You start giving away your profits. You get, you start chasing in live betting. I don't think that's the way to do it. I think when you find something that's not going right, like a team that's losing because maybe they turned the ball over twice in the first half. And, like we saw Wisconsin last year was playing Iowa. Iowa was winning the game. They had scored a defensive touchdown, but, it was almost 10 minutes gone in the second quarter, and they had 26 yards of total offense. So we knew they were in trouble. So that's a place where you would go live betting. Meanwhile, Arizona played Oregon in college hoops a few years ago at Oregon. And, Arizona was one of the top-ranked teams in the nation, and we had been playing them often and winning on them. The end game went to plus 23, plus 25. It didn't matter. Oregon won by 40, 45. I got blitzed on in-game betting. Of course, the shirt, courtesy of Booby Shack, boobyshack.com. You can check them out. Dave Darby's here. Welcome, Dave. You know it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. And would like to know who Dave likes in that Kansas State-Kansas game, so we'll defer that to him. Maybe he'll leave a comment there in our Facebook group. But anyways, I like this Utah against Oregon game, right? This is one of those weird things. Okay, Utah's quarterback is out. Hundley, their top running back, is out. These guys have been basically the entire offense for this team. Yet, Utah is still favored, and the line is still moving in that direction. You know what I say? Somebody knows something. I'm going to go with somebody. I'm going to take Utah. I'm going to lay the points. I would normally, I would just look at it and say, quarterback's out, running back's out. I'm getting better than a field goal with Oregon, who we know can put points on the board. I'm taking Utah. I think they probably end up killing them here. So there's something going on in that one, right? Because Hundley the offense was sputtering without Hundley, and now he's out, and the line has moved from 3.5 to 4.5. It's crazy. Oregon, of course, just 1-2 against the number on the road, 3-6 against the number overall this year. So let's take Utah to stomp Oregon. That's our 3 free picks for today. Maybe I'll come back with a live one later on. And let's see. Did Dave give us an answer on that Kansas State-Kansas? He says it's up, but he doesn't give us a pick because Kansas State-Kansas, that's right in Dave's wheelhouse. We all love the general, but boy, the KSU's been terrible this season. Anyways, we'll give them a second. I'll do another pick in the meantime. Take UAB. I'll lay the 13 points at home here against Southern Miss. UAB a perfect 5-0 against the number at home this season. And Southern Miss 0-3 straight up on the road, 1-2 against the number on the road. They are overmatched in this spot. UAB, a team that gave up football just a few years ago, they're going to kill Southern Miss. This one's a layup. I should have given that as a premium pick. But anyways, Dave says it's scarier than hell, but the team knows if KSU loses, then the Godfather is out. The players show up for Father Bill. So Dave likes Kansas State against Kansas. He would know better than all of us. So Dave took Kansas State. I took UAB. I took Utah. So double U's there, right? UAB, Utah. Then we took Mississippi State in a very unpopular pick. And we took Duke, who I think is a layup in this spot against North Carolina. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NFL Sunday. I'll try and come back on YouTube Live for a in-game or a pre-game, maybe that Texas Tech or something like that, right? Have a great day, everyone.